Hi there, I'm Dave Colantonio at Storj. We're here with Jordan Maltby from Beam Transfer. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Beam is a really good partner of Storj. They've integrated their product directly on top of our technology here, our storage
Yep.
technology. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about Beam.
So Beam is a high-speed large media file transfer system that we actually built on top of the Storj network. And it combines the features of kind of like a massive where I send you a link and you download it, or kind of like the Signiant kind of style thing where you can send things to and from a cloud, and then also almost like a Dropbox interface on top of object storage, so you can manage it like a file system. And all this in a really simple, easy to use app that we say is powerful enough for enterprise and simple enough for content creators.
Really cool. And so tell me a little bit about how this solves some of the challenges of what's going on in post production today.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when we are working with remote teams and productions all over the world. I mean, the simplest thing is how do I get stuff to the cloud? Believe it or not, in 2025, that's still kind of a problem. There are solutions that are costly in terms of even just getting it to the cloud is a cost. And there are solutions in terms of complexity where you have to spin up an environment with a VM. You have to know how to do all of that, get on a sales call with 3 different companies just to spin up the server, just so you can manage a file transfer to get something to the cloud. Right? So we want to solve all of that and make it super simple. So you download the app, you're already given the cloud environment, drag and drop, and it's as simple as that.
Right. And tell me a little bit about that because I know that you designed it in a way that it was simple to get up and running.
Yeah.
Your time to fun, we've
Yeah.
talked about.
Yes.
But then you've also made the product extensible. So how does that work and how does that fit into what we do here in
Yeah,
production?
one of the things that is sort of core to the value system of Beam is how can we make a sort of technically complex and esoteric thing like object storage really, really useful in a way that you don't care how the sausage is made. Because object storage is amazing. It's an open standard that's compatible with everything. There are other SaaS products that you can use that can connect to it. And it's somewhat universal, but it's also extremely complex and techy. So if we take all of that techie away, then you can have this platform where I can send and receive things really, really quickly. We can max out 10 gig lines bidirectionally and globally because of the power of the Storj network. You can also have the flexibility of having, multiple links per package and do massive ingest to the cloud. And maybe if you're a simple user, that's a turnkey solution. But maybe you're a more advanced user and you want to put an asset manager on top of it, or you want to use apps like Cutting Rooms that you can edit in a web browser, or new apps like Object Mount from Storj, where you can actually edit directly from the cloud as if it was a hard drive on your desktop. So this only works if the files are stored in an interoperable and sort of universal format. So by putting Beam Transfer on top of object storage directly, it means that everything that we upload into Beam can be seen inside of Object Mount. Every time you put a new file in Object Mount, you can see it in Beam. And we didn't have to build a complex integration to make all of that work. Everything is just simply pointing at Storj's object storage and as a single source of truth, and then it just works.
Right.
So
Okay. And so you've solved the challenge of getting content to the cloud.
yes,
But we're also talking about something here today at Storj called Production Cloud.
yes, that's right.
So tell me a little bit about how you see that integrated, ECB transfer integrated into Production Cloud.
Well, I think Storj has made a huge innovation with Production Cloud. I think it's kind of a game changer, if I do say so myself.
I agree. Yes, I do.
It's sort of like a post-production facility in the cloud starter kit. That's kind of how I see it, right? It's like you have this distributed object storage, which means, for all intents and purposes, everything is going to be performative everywhere in the world with a single endpoint. So low complexity, high value. Then on top of that, we have object mounts. So now we can edit from the cloud as if it was a hard drive. I know how to use a hard drive. You know how to use a hard drive. I don't need to teach someone how to do this, right? We're already kind of familiar with it. So we have that familiarity. Then on top of that, Storj has included compute, which actually puts the computers in the same data center as the S3 gateway, which gives you sub-millisecond latency and no egress fees. So all of that together is kind of like this post facility that you can just spin up anywhere and allow editors all around the world to remote into it and use it. But that's great when it's your team, right? When you're spinning up people for your team and credentialing people for your team. What about getting things in and out of that environment? And I think that's where Beam comes in.
Right, right, exactly. And that's a full end-to-end workflow you just described there. Pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're really proud of Production Cloud, and we've recently introduced it. And we're really appreciative of you demoing here. So tell me, where can I find out more about Beam Transfer?
Absolutely. You can go to beamtransfer.io. We just launched our public beta today. So first come, first serve, where we have a handful of seats that we're giving out to people who can give us feedback and hopefully break it and give us give us some good valuable feedback at the beginning. And then it'll be open to a much larger audience very shortly.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being here today.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks.